Hello, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. I'm feeling better. I don't know if I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm feeling better. I'm feeling well enough to stream, and I'm feeling well enough to do, I think, a full-length one as well. I might just have to step away every now and then to apply some medicine, but I think we'll be all good for right now. Hi, how is it going, everyone? Hello, Monday, Jobster, Halcyon, Cabrilla, Lair, Soth, Kawhi, Meru, Tim, Lone Wolf. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Ouch. Hi. How's it going? I need to do another quest today that's gonna not require a lot of talking. Ouch. A lot of talking on my behalf. So the Petrichor quest and Aranara are out of the question right now because my mouse still hasn't fully healed. So I think now would be a great time to do Bedtime Story, Act 6, because that is a voiced quest. One where I don't have to do a lot of talking because I'm not going to be able to do a lot of talking today. So I think that's going to be a great opportunity. Oh my gosh, you can still hear me. My tongue is being forced. My tongue is being forced out of my mouth because of my mouth injury. So, still gonna be a little bit of weirdness in my speaking voice, but should be good enough to get this party started. And we can start the party off by heading back to Cloud Retainer's domain. Where? Okay. How's everyone's polls going? Now we're a couple days into this banner. I cannot believe apparently I cannot believe I already got that many Yansons. Ouch. I pulled a Chi-Chi Mountain. Oops. Holding off for, skip, no bird yet. Skipping for Zilonin. Has not pulled, holding off. I'll modify Archon team.
Just what will we come across this time?
Who knows?
I will do as you command.
Boop. Okay, we have one. Easier to get to this polling spot instead of going up to the throne, which was not a good polling spot to begin with, as we learned. Okay, I also have two standards. Let's do two standards first. Pardon my chewing very briefly. I'm finishing up dinner. Okay. Bird. Bird! No bird. No bird. Birdless. And yeah, I can't buy anymore. Okay. Bird. Also, I feel like when we go into Natlan, how's this team? Is this balanced at all whatsoever? I mean, you got Aggravate as the as a reaction, then you've got a Swirler and a Shielder. Who else would you put in here? Good for exploration. Oh, he's burning. Might rethink that, but I have 3 Natlan characters already, so put this team back together.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
I have high hopes for this journey.
Stay close
Also,
and you will live.
Peak my Farina's HP. This girl kind of strong now. She's got a crap ton of HP, which is what all of her stuff scales on. And I had enough resources to, I had unintentionally pre-farmed resources for this thing. And I've now got a level 70 Ferryman and a level 80 Farina with some decently upgraded artifacts, except for this one. This one's only a 10, but this one's attack. But I'm running ER, HP, and HP for her, which means her crit ratio is down a lot. But I'll probably be able to fix that in the future. But for right now, this is a pretty good one. Seems decent for right now. Okay, now this quest is in Sumeru City, isn't it? Yes. Okay, focus mode. Enable focus mode. He's like, no, that's my seat. The temptation to just drop a meteor because it's ready. The temptation to drop a meteor on Cloud's table was strong. She hasn't come home yet. I don't want to. I won't do that yet. Maybe I run the Archons for this? Yeah. Yeah, Beto. Shinobu isn't a team-wide healer, but she's been working well enough for a healer for this team. I realistically need to, like, either... I don't know if I want to build my Barbara, though. I keep on saying that. I don't know that I want to build her.
When I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Because she's going to take a lot of resources to get her up to spec with everyone else on this team. She can't even see over the counter. Okay.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
Never heard of that classification before. Which Archon do you use to deal with today? Yeah.
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Simple. Ether's good at finding missing people.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's us for sure.
Flattery will get you everywhere with Paimon. Can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it, though.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
It's a missing persons case, Catherine.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing. But the problem is, They don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
Be a little strange.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
Alright then, let's go! I'm starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
Bedtime Story. Is this technically a Fontaine quest? Or is this just or is this just Genshin Impact main quest Act 6? Because I guess it's not technically post Fontaine. Because it's chapter 4. Yeah, 4. Vimara Village is boop and boop. We can boop over to the boop. Up there. We were just here with
Vimara Village. Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy?
quote unquote talk.
If this commission is really as challenging as Chlothar made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
Quote unquote talk.
Don't panic. Stay calm. Which school should I choose? One after another.
Why talk to people? You can just read their mind. Right, he's questing.
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that then. You're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
So those 3 questions are a no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
That seems weird, though, that if he would do that.
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village, there's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more. Hey!
Still got nothing? Still nothing up in that noggin? Noggin up in that nothing? I took your carrot.
I see ya.
What am I going to do about this assignment?
Me every moment in college and high school. Oh, they have a small fish. They also have a dangling fish.
Is that guests I hear?
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
What an interesting villager.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much.
Quazzle.
But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
His name, address, phone number, social security number?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
There's something fishy going on here.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
It's like someone was Alt F4'd from the Akasha. It's like someone was Alt F4'd from Irminsul, but you still have like a little, there's fish in the back, but they still have like a little memory instead of just like forgetting them completely.
Well, Traveler, what do you think?
Unless this whole town's just conspiring. There's probably more to this case than meets the eye, like Transformers.
Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
I'd say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with? Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Could it be like what happened with Greater Lord Rigodavada? Like some sort of mass alteration of people's memories?
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right?
Indeed!
You're here for the Vimara Village Commission?
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vimara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
We'll track him down.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
My sus senses are tingling.
Researching human physiology is so much more interesting than field research.
I thought he said beetle research. He said field research. I heard beetle research. Like, why you gotta smack talk my boy Ito like that? Evil bears its fangs. You mean these guys?
Everyone hold hands!
Shower me with your did with me.
Oh, it's these guys.
Lightning terrified.
Okay. They're dead. How the crocodile's evil? We don't know. We don't know the backstory on why these crocodiles were assigned as a commission. Maybe the crocodiles colluded with the crabs.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me.
Maybe the
So full of memories.
maybe the crocodiles are the missing person.
We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vimara village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
That's what family is for. As I learned from the fast and the...
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
I used to have someone like that. A family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now, I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out. I also have an entire harem across all of Tavana.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well... I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both. A family member I could rely on, and a friend who could really understand me.
I didn't even notice these little statues up in the tree.
No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure. And patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow, you two must have been really close.
Ether just winks at her. You two must have been really close. Wink. She's like, we were friends. We were best friends. We were like childhood friends. And he's like, hey, you must have been close, huh? Wink.
Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
You helped us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass, and the skies in Tevat are not real. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing persons case. What Atosa just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery.
Hey, look at those hilichurls over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
Dane, your countrymen are flipping out over here.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
That's a Celia I've missed.
Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Hold on, Atosa. Let me just murder some people real quick.
Time to shine! Strike a pose! Our bond is strong! Hey!
There's more!
Temple of Wisdom! Everyone hold hands!
Whoa. Here, I got a shield I can use.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
This electric dragon swirling around him and the Temple of Wisdom just appearing out of nowhere. She's like, what are you?
It was no trouble.
The question we should be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers. Wait a second. That person, it's Dainsleif!
This isn't the interlude, though. Just throwing some firecrackers on the ground.
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. Well, see you later.
Oh, Danes of Quests aren't interludes. They're always. Oh, that's right. The chasm was the interlude between Inazuma and Samaria was the chasm, and it wasn't a Dane quest.
Yep, see you later, Atosa! Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
We're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place.
Something strange with every place in Tevat, Dane.
The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Man, Dane's cape and Paimon's cape are really similar.
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers. And after that, you also owe us many answers. Yeah, last time we saw this dude.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
Gather intel based on what we learned.
So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well, then how about the intel you promised?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Last Dane quest really wasn't much of a Dane quest because we didn't get a ton of time with him. It was mostly, it was the Caribera quest.
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I don't know if I can call it betrayal. Because it seems like, again, it seems like she's on New Game Plus. It seems like she knows what's going on and we're still woken up fresh to this world and don't know what's happening. I don't know if I can really call it betrayal. But she clearly, we're clearly fighting for two different things. We're clearly on two different sides of this. I want to have faith in her.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Oh.
Your brother?
What really happened in Conria back then?
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Conria. The wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Rhindaughter was a Conrian betrayer? A sinner?
No matter how eroded
Whoa.
my memory may become,
Whoa.
I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Alright, calm down, Eula.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master.
Oh, I hadn't remembered that!
And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Chlothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Somehow everything is connected. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in that ruin in Fontaine, the ones that outlined Fontaine's prophecy, that was likely his doing as well.
They were once people of great esteem in Canria, those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
And then my sibling came into contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
It must be hard to talk about all of this, but thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Man, stuff all the way from back in Mondstadt, bro.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osile and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all this?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
Huh.
Oh, so tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
Well, I'm awake now, Paimon. My head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Place for a vacation. Let me just take a few more days off.
I'm gonna go reapply some medicine real quick. Be right back.
to trade tactics.
I know. we know Beto. I think this game will end with someone trading tactics with Beto.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here?
He's brooding. He's being moody.
Did something happen?
What's wrong?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
Ningguang trades... What's need to finally have some osmanthus wine with his friends. Yeah. Nahida has a birthday party.
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
That's concerning. What exactly did you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
How is that even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet.
Reality can be whatever I want it to be.
However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
What if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted that memory in the first place, to force Dane to confirm the eye's location. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dane has already thought of that possibility. Seems like he might already have a plan. Let's go.
Of course.
Man, I wasn't expecting sus impact today. Oh, it's 800 meters away. GG, game ends here. Why am I making the radish climb? When I've got a tall girl in chat. In chat? This is gonna be a domain. Who should I bring for this? Archon team? Arla team? This team? Solo Mika?
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That happened yesterday as well. I thought that was just an effect of him. I thought that was just a fourth wall effect of the game showing that, like, oh, he's going for Eula. What was Dane gonna tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
Convenient. Good seal. A seal that won't play some revelations. It wants Pyro and Electbro. I normally abide by these in case of any puzzles, but usually if there is puzzles, they will give you a trial character. However, I might bring Arlay anywhere. There's no healer in this team. I mean, Arlay doesn't really need a healer. We'll run this team. What's the worst that can happen? A team wipe that the game considers canon? You lose in this domain and that changes the entire course of the story? Before we continue, do I have anything else I can give my Beto? Ooh, ER. No. I can give her one 2-star artifact. These are Conrian ruins. And we're clear the ball's over here. How big was the nation of Conria? Because the door is underneath here. Or a door. Oh my, are you kidding? I fell in that gap. I fell in that gap. I fell in that gap. You didn't see that. Scrub your memory. I fell in this gap? I'm gonna heal my radish.
Stand with me.
There. Nothing. What a beta with her land legs. Don't want to miss stuff from this probably clearly one-time domain. Whoa. This reminds me of Bleak Falls Barrow. The first dungeon you get to in maybe not really. In Skyrim.
I see everything. Shower me with that.
I'm trying not to use Electro, I don't know why.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Perhaps. Or perhaps. I thought these were cats. It looked like a cat at first. Nope, nothing. A chest. Hey, it's cool if I loot your like holy sacred temples, right? I've never asked permission before, but Nahita's like, wow, he's so tall.
Everyone hold hands.
Let my name echo in song. Oh, get with me.
Oh, I thought I switched character.
Sharing my knowledge. Time to shine.
Oh, I didn't need to use all of that. She's fine. She's okay. It's fine. Shinobu and the singer are pretty decent at getting me back up, getting my health back up after a fight. Puzzle door.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Oh, first try.
The door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
I meant to do that. Whoa. What's up there? Whoa, what is that? There's a statue up there. Oh. Who is this a statue of?
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
Me too.
They're here! Shower me with that! Get with me!
That's my radish. No radish abuse. Ow. That wasn't very nice. That wasn't very cash money of you. I need a lot of ER on Beto so she can have her burst up all the time, because her burst gives that shield, which already broke. Fun fact.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
What is happening when that happens? What is happening when that happens?
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you on your own? You gonna be okay?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alright. He's dead. Dane does have a point. Something feels off. What am I missing? Thought it was gonna be you.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
I had a feeling it was gonna be you.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say. But if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
The end. Roll credits.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get a cutscene or something.
Better hurry back to Vimara village and see what's going on. Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Wait, I hear something.
In the new world, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
It was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
Hey, buds. Oh, I want to take a picture with them. Night Soth, thanks for stopping by.
Looks like the same thing
Appreciate
is
ya.
happening over here too. The hilly trails are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need need to hold back your sorrow.
It's that voice again. Hilly chill earls. Chill? They're chill. Hilly churls. They're not very tall, I just noticed. I mean, they are always slouching, I guess.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly, "Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the Hilly Trolls have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
There's some weird stuff going on in here. Going on up in here. Also, Dane and Lumine are currently battling each other, and neither one is the kind to, after the things that they went through together, neither one is the kind to go easy on the other. Are we gonna see Dainsleif's death here? Because they've got history.
Grandpa Amadea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say?
Shit.
Who would that be?
Huh?
Things just got even more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
But how is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that.
There's a wooden fish on top of here, side note.
What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
I don't like this. This is weird. There's something weird going on here. Also, this fish is horrible. Ah, you can move it. Okay. Hey, this is where we went with not sucrose. Sumeru sucrose. Layla. Not even Sumeru sucrose.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
You seen him recently?
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
There's some sus in my stainer.
Strange.
That sounds horrible.
Hiram seems to remember him, and apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
I doubt returning to the past to be that simple. Given everything Dane mentioned about disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely that this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully. What's really going on here? Oh. Okay. People have forgotten about the missing person.
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories.
We returned to a point before the disappearance took place.
If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
We were presently traversing someone's memories.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
But then he would exist. Wait. Memories.
Right. I totally forgot about the ley line disturbances.
I'm okay.
We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
If we really are in someone's memory, then this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Good idea. That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to
implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell. Scenes from false memories will not change.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location.
Time does not pass within false memories.
If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion.
False memories are easily forgotten.
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
It's this one.
Maybe not.
Nope.
We don't have any way to prove whether certain memories were simply forgotten or never existed in the first place.
Okay. Time does not pass within false memories because it's still dusk. It was dusk when we talked to the lady about her friend up in the tree, and it's still dusk right now.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit. That must mean time isn't passing. That's the tell of the fake memories. The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If you consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer.
We thought Chief Amadea forgot about the missing villager, but it turns out we're at a moment in time before the village issued the commission. The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described. Dainsleif had memories implanted into his mind. Could it be that it's happened more than once? No, that doesn't seem right.
Okay.
Oh, right. That's exactly what Atosa described.
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it. This is definitely Atosa's memory.
Let's go to the crab.
Yeah, that's
To the tree. To the tree. To the tree. I looked at your damn crab emotes. I'm moving on. You know, probably why I said that is because my brain was actively trying not to make a crab reference. I was like, don't say it, don't say it. don't say it, Connery. Oh, up here. Who is this?
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman.
Conrian spotted. Conrian spotted.
You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
No. Sorry, were you having a moment? Finally found him. Why does he look kind of familiar?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
Rip. F's in the chat for Atosa.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
You're... I did not put that together, nor did I notice that. Factoring the memories, the Abyss, or the Loom of Fate, and everything else, and you think of the one person that connected this all together. This is Kari Bear, bro. But how? Wait. Yeah.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate.
I want to hear these other ones.
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality. Dane's brother, one of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss.
Krabby Bear? Are you... Yeah?
You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Oh, okay. I don't get a translation for this. It's really thinking. There we go. Ooh. The proof of existence. Whoa, whoa! Sorry. It's like, are you done? Look how pretty! What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now the time has finally arrived.
It's a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Kari Bear as I can. What exactly is the Loom of Fate?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate.
My deadass thought that he was talking about Arle for a second. Sorry.
But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Kari Bear is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines?
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories.
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dane's mind were implanted by Carter through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost at why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara Village. Why'd you implant memories of yourself into the people of Vimara Village?
That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
Damn. So that's why. I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa.
Oh.
What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
Well, you gave yourself a stellar jawline, I'll give you that. In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. Like everything. You know, everyone's looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it. Even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Now that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
The Loom of Fate is already complete? That means the eye of the first field tiller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss.
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he?
Oh my gosh. Lumine just walks over and just tears him open. Just like, I'll be taking this Lumine of Fate. You think he had it in... You think he had it inside of him similar to the way that, like, Archons store a Gnosis?
His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the Eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the Eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the Eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But Dane never handed me the Eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? You made him think that? When?
Before you two entered that false location.
Oh, that was the static that he got.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Oh, shit. So when Dane froze up back then, it was because of a false memory was being implanted in his mind. No wonder.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the Eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the Eye.
So Dane had the Eye this whole time, until the Abyss Order took it away. Not sure if there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Chlothar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest. To implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls.
Oh, damn.
In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
So the thing that caused the hilichurls to calm down back then was Caribear's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the hilichurls a moment of comfort and peace. Fuck.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
It was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation?
Holy shit. What a thing to wake up and see today. How about a conversation, says Lumine.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What exactly are you planning?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the heavenly principles awaken.
Heavenly principles are still asleep?
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes?
Technically, I didn't witness that. I just had, Neuvillette just told me what he witnessed. Technically, we didn't see that.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation.
Which kind of answers my question about, like, why is Celestia not pissed off about the Fontaine, their vengeance against the Fontaine citizens not coming to fruition, about Neuvillette sparing them and declaring them innocent.
However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the Heavenly Principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist?
I mean, I mentioned it earlier as well. After the Fontaine Archon quest, that the running theme is Archons putting their trust in humanity and not in Celestia. Zhongli retiring from his throne and putting Liyue in the hands of the people. The Raiden Shogun being overpowered, being for the first time, potentially for the first time ever, having her blade met by the will of her mortal subjects. And then Fontaine, and even Temeru as well. The running theme is that the Archons putting their trust in humanity. In Fontaine, it was Farina, it was Focalor's human side that endured, that ran that race to make sure that Focalor could deceive the heavenly principles, and then Neuvillette used his regained power to declare the citizens, to declare them innocent and free from Celestia's wrath.
Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words.
No, that wouldn't make any sense. I had a brief thought that Zhongli, that the Exuvia, that Zhongli's Morax's dragon form is the Geodragon, but that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that.
Oh, that's true. No one ever calls us by our name.
There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
I wonder if he means, why can't you come with me into Vat, or why can't we leave this realm and hop to the next one? If he's like, I'm done with this, like I just want to be back together with my sister. I want to reunite the family, and I want to move on, leave all this behind, and move to the next world like we were going to do originally.
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
I thought he was going to ask why she's from this world, why he's a descender and she's not.
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
And the one thing that the witness can't remember. It's better she told him at the end, though, so we can at least enjoy the moment for a bit. Oh my...
Still so sleepy.
Paimon!
Paimon's head feels all fuzzy.
Damn, bro.
Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Kari Bear and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really? What a score!
Guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Kari Bear all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
Just tell them straight up. Oh, that person, he's a hilly troll. Just put it in the dumbest way possible. Look. Can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired? I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? Not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. They looked like quite a happy family, apparently.
Did it get changed to that the missing person was just a kid in the village?
And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So that's how Kari Bear says his goodbyes. And that was the last memory he gave them.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Fuck.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Kari Bear's gone. The Loom of Fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Man, I don't even have any words right now.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him. Maybe I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right? Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye!
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
Right, what was it that happened? I can't remember. Feels like there's something in my pocket. Does it?
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
That's how you're gonna end it? I'm just gonna chase this Sealy real quick. Oh right, the tree. Is there something in the tree? Like are the figures still in the tree? Yep. They're not interactable. That's that makes sense. Man, wasn't expecting any of that this stream, this quest. I did not know what we were opening up. I just needed something that was voiced to save. Oh, I just needed something voiced so that I could save my, because my mouth still isn't healed.
The more the merrier. First round's on me.
There's a withering right here we can do. I'm gonna just pin that though. It's like right here. I need so I gotta go reapply some medicine in just a sec. Hang on. I'll be right back. Well, that was quite the town where only I am missing. Without your knowledge, Danes have crossed swords with your swords with your sibling. Would love to see that as well. Into the realm of consciousness and complete bedtime story. Man, how are they gonna wrap this thing up? There's a lot of stuff unanswered, and I keep saying it because this is the only way I can phrase it. Oh, the description of the picture? Okay. Because this is the only way I can phrase it. Is that this game, the more it goes, the more it answers questions, and then it poses two more. Maybe not it poses two more, but it answers a question, and then it poses another question. Or it won't answer a question for a really long time, but not in a way that feels, not in a way that it feels like it's stringing you along. It's in a way, and this is the only way I can phrase it, it's in a way where the game is still holding all the cards, and it simply hasn't played its hand yet. Man, a lot of recent missions
is full of
where
unsolved mysteries.
What exactly is teamwork?
a lot of recent missions where I wasn't expecting to cry. Thanks for that, Genshin. Not that. A precious group photo that has surpassed the rules somehow, being taken by some unknown person using unknown means in a space that should no longer exist. We could frame that in the teapot. And that was the last, that was the last thing before Natlan. We've got a lot of quests that I would like to clean up before that, but we are another step closer to on Cloudbird. I'm just about caught up to you crazy people. Not even close, actually, but not even remotely. Boo, Betty, boop, 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 boop. We're at 2 hours right now, exactly. Math is still not doing awesome, so maybe we end before too long. But oh, we already had 6. That's right. We went into this banner with 53 wishes saved up. Excuse me. I would love to pull a cloud bird, but the priority this patch is Geo Ocelot. Youpadoop and Youpadoop. Also, someone said, what does it sort by? It's not that it sorts by who's the most powerful. But it sorts these.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
I was going into the. Discord to look at the. Someone told me, okay, it selects by it sorts by star marks, level, release date in that order, and all in all, it kind of matches for strongest. However, when I tabbed into the Discord, this is what I had to greet me. Why? 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 Okay, I'm all right. I'm okay. But overall, it kind of matches with strength, and so Farina is ahead of Arle. That's all I was trying to say. Farina's ahead of Arle in the ticker up here. That's all I was trying to. That's playable, Dave. I'm okay. I'm fine. You're weird. You're the weird one. I'd like to top off the her flower first. Oh, almost. Oh, I know where there's an artifact. I know where there's an edifice. Oh, I didn't mean to go there. Nope. Avoid Maritime Harbor, apparently. Damn it, but there's one at Maritime Harbor. There's one there. No, these are radishes and carrots? Here. Wait, I think we have to start I think we have to start up here. I know that Dendro Traveler is often is kind of the most powerful one. I really enjoy playing Animo Traveler. I don't know why. I like Animo Traveler the most. That's not what I'm looking for. Where? There's artifacts in Maritime Harbor. Is this Okay, this is down below, however. Right? This is down below where we met Linny and Lynette the very first time. Correct. Avoid going down. Up is safe. Okay, up is safe. Uppies. Cool. What the frick? I thought there was one right here. In this pot, in this flower pot. Hybrid abroad, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the sub. We appreciate you. Everyone nuts and cabbages. And crabs if you wish, but I know it's okay to use 4-star artifacts. I don't like to though, because I still have some characters where I don't have a good enough 5-star for them. And so some characters still are rocking a 4-star in some places, like Beto. I don't have, like, I only have one Electro Goblet, on one 5-star Electro Goblet. And so Fischl and Beto are both on 4-star Electro Goblets. An ER Sands for her. I really didn't have, I didn't have another Golden Troop one. And I didn't have another like HP one for Golden Troop that I could put on, or some, I didn't have a good enough one for a good enough Golden Troop feather plume that I could put this as the off piece for a better ER one. I could get the artifact juice as well, but this one's so close to 19. This one's so close to being topped off. I don't want to use an entire one of those. Where's there more artifacts around here? Actually, I think I might know where there's some artifacts. Artifices. Whoa, what is this? Enka. Oh, that's new. Oh, I saw that in the chasm, actually. The underground portions. That's new. At the Risley Boss teleport? Right, it's somewhere around here because whenever I come here looking for bugs, that's mushroom. There's always things that I'll find that I think are bugs, sparklies that I'll see. Speaking of bugs. Maybe just a little bit of like wandering and resource gathering to end the stream out. Might have already gotten it while collecting bugs. You know what I'm gonna do? Why did I say it like that? You know what I'm gonna do? As I was tabbing over to it, I started having second thoughts. I'm having second thoughts. Near which statue? Near which statue? The statue that's over here? Across the water. Oh, this one. I might have also gotten these if these bugs are. Oh, maybe not, because the bugs are still here. Yeah, I did. jump down. Get down with my bad self. Down the stairs, or... So I know this is super compelling gameplay to watch. My usual artifact spots have already been farmed. Because my usual artifact spots are... the wreck of the Serai Maru, Tatarasuna, which isn't very efficient, but there's artifacts there. And then this camp and this camp is my usual run for fodder artifacts. Ow. Wait! There's stuff around here, isn't there? Had I already gotten, potentially? I could just go find a treasure chest. I could just go find a treasure chest, that's true. There's stuff around here we haven't topped up in and around. The willow. Yeah, chests exist. We're only going to go for a little bit longer, because now that I'm having to talk more frequently, my mouth is starting to get mad at me. How long ago did I start this one artifact? This quest for one fodder artifact? It's been years. Let's see. Can my team Dandelion kill 3 pyro slimes?
Freeze with the wind.
Because my team Dandelion's very weak. No one has leveled up artifacts or anything.
You're in for a little shock.
Oh, the electro already went away.
Dodge this.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
No, you won't. Liar. Oops, too far away. But leveled up, I really want to use this team. Even if just for the lulz. They're immune to their own, yep.
You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
You're in for a little blitz. That didn't kill it. Look at everyone's stats right now. 349. What are you carrying? Oh, a level 20 sacrificial. That makes sense. 872, 547, 349. 65 EM on an Animo Traveler. Also, I'm pretty sure that Lisa has no artifacts, yeah. Amber is my holding tank for Arle's signature artifacts. Because eventually, I would like to replace her. Her gladiator set does great for her. These are her stats right now. 44 by 183 is great, considering how long I've had her. But Amber is my... Oh, fuck. Oh. I just bit down on the sore on my mouth. I'm okay. I got sick recently, and it increases the frequency of mouth sores that I've gotten, which I only started getting after I had some mouth trauma, where I had a really bad bicycle accident. Landed face first on the pavement. But I would eventually like to give Arle her signature artifact set. So Amber is a holding tank for that. Okay, there's got to be some chests or something over here, right? There's tons of oculites. I'm gonna get this team out of here. This is ridiculous. That's just silly. Oh, the Whimsy set is now in the scam box? Well, that's good to have that as an option. There's bros locked up right there. Hello? That's a quest. Alright, who wants to bet on how long it takes me to find one artifact to ascend, Farina's flower? Oh, I'm too low. No, I'm not. Ha! Snailed it.
Ah, this one.
I got one artifact, chat. Are you proud of me? Nice. Boopity boop. Great, it raised my flat attack stat. That's awesome. I love that for me. Thanks. All that for flat just... I'm not going to say anything.
Locked. How convenient.
Why do you say that? It was literally locked. It was actually locked. Behind a challenge, no less. Wasn't there a rogue up here? Oh no, it was a Samature.
Let's get it on! Unleash!
Don't fall.
Manifest!
Ow! I'll use your friend to give me some health back. That's not off cooldown, fun fact.
A moment, please. Get a little chilly.
Whoa, mouse! I guess we're just pressing it at the wrong time. Hello. What's going on here? Hi. I'm your new master. Now, when we roll on Fontaine, we will take no prisoners. I don't know where I'm going with this. I have no qualm with you. Throwing rocks at me. Ooh, an Ock up there. Let's get that Ock and then probably end. Deposit any resources that we have at like trees and statues and stuff, and probably end there. My mouth needs a break. Ugh. I don't know what we are going to be doing tomorrow. I'm healing relatively quickly. Well, you can tell by the way I use my water. I have 19 now. Fascinating. Don't have enough sigils for anything. Alright, we all good. We all good there. Probably more story quests. I would say. But I will let you know in the Discord. So I think that will do it for me. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate all of you. I'm healing rapidly, but the mouth thing is still my illness, my injuries, and my all that stuff still is making talking in general painful. But I think that I'm healing rapidly enough that we should be back to normal on Monday, where I can do, I think I'm gonna plan for Monday to do Petrichor or Aranara or something like that. Because I want to dust up those quests, but those quests needs a lot of like talking and that kind of stuff. So I'll keep you up to date on the Discord and everything. So thanks again for stopping by. Love you all. Drink water, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.